Best practice fuel management, or what we call the hybrid approach to fuel care, has three essential pillars: the right fuel testing to give the benefit of a clearly defined problem, the right chemical treatments to prevent and solve problems in your fuel, and the right mechanical fuel processing to remove contaminants from your fuel and do the things that fuel additives can't. But the right chemical treatments and the right mechanical fuel processing will only work best if they're applied and done in the right way. And we call that way the sweep, treat, and circulate method. This sweep, treat, and circulate method is an important part of best practice fuel management because, first, it's the best way both to remove the water, sludge, and other contaminants from your fuel system, which is the primary purpose of the mechanical prong of the hybrid approach. But not only that, the sweep, treat, and circulate process also ensures that the right chemical treatments you're using get properly applied in your fuel. And that's important too, because many chemical treatments either won't work or won't work as well as they should if they're not applied in the right way. For example, it's well known that microbe problems are best resolved by using a biocide to kill the microbes. But you can't just add biocide to the top of a fuel tank and let it diffuse through thousands of gallons of fuel. No, you need to circulate biocide or stabilizer or dispersant through the fuel, using the sweep, treat, and circulate process to ensure the chemical treatments go everywhere they need to go to have their maximum designed effect. Here's why we call it the sweep, treat, and circulate process. You start with using a bacon bomb fuel sampler to take fuel samples to verify both the presence of water and sediment in the bottom of the tank, as well as having a visual reference point for what your fuel looks like when you start. Then you execute the three prongs of the process. First, the sweep. Whatever sludge, particulate, and water is in your tank and fuel system, it needs to come out. The best way to do this is to use a filtration rig to sweep the tank with mechanical suction, siphoning those problem-causing impurities out of the tank, so whatever chemicals you add later on don't have as much to fight against. Mechanical sweeping and suctioning is an important first step of the process. It's the sweep. Next, the treat. Add the right amounts of the right kinds of chemical treatments to your fuel system. The right chemicals will depend on what you need to do, but may often include biocides to kill microbes, biomass and sludge dispersants to further break up and help remove whatever impurities the sweep couldn't reach, water absorbers to help clean up whatever water you couldn't reach before, and fuel stabilizers to start protecting the quality of the fuel for the future. Usually, you can use the mechanical rig to help disperse these chemicals into the fuel. This is the treat. And finally, the circulate. This third step involves circulating the fuel in the tank, which disperses the chemicals and gets them where they are best needed to work. Sometimes you might even call this the circulate and filter step, because the treated fuel is taken out of the tank and moved through a series of filters to further remove fine particulate and water before circulating the fuel back into the tank. Or, if you don't have a filtration rig, you can use a fuel circulating apparatus like the tank tornado to get the fuel moving and the chemicals dispersed. As the fuel is circulated in this way, the chemical treatments are properly mixed into the fuel in the fuel system so they can have their best effect. This is the circulate. The final step in the method is using your fuel sampler again to take samples when you're done. You'll be able to verify if the fuel's condition is what you want it to be, plus you can verify that you got the excess water and sediment out. The sweep, treat, and circulate method, as part of the hybrid approach to fuel care, is the best way to ensure that your stored fuel and tanks are clean while being protected by the right chemical treatments for solving and preventing stored fuel problems.